wouldn't call the meeting to order. It's for the fact it came a little late, but that being said, just go ahead and go on right and say the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 3, addition to the agenda.
We have somebody that wanted to be added to the agenda, but they are not here, so I don't know if you guys just okay.
Moving on, number 4, approve the November 8th meeting minutes.
There's copies of them back there.
Oh, sure. I'll start recording this one.
Do you have any adjustments or do we?
Not unless somebody saw something that needed to be corrected.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the November meeting minutes. I'll second.
Okay. Moving on to number 4.
Do you want to vote?
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
On 5, in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed.
So the things I have under the agenda for the, I don't know if we have covenants right, but yeah. So I had those kind of little sub things. So I'm assuming we can approve the financial report, and then those would be like, financial things.
Okay. We find more information about the employment claim, or?
I haven't heard any more about it. Usually you'll get some sort of a bill from job service if it goes through.
Okay.
I'm assuming that they're probably going to impose it if he hasn't comes out. I don't know exactly what the amount will be.
And do you know how that works, since it's a known thing that this is not a full-time, like...
Yeah, I talked to Dwight and Gavin and said it doesn't matter. They can still file it. And I'm assuming, because I think he was working for...
New Valley Coal Creek, right?
Okay, I don't know. I think he was working for one of those places, so I'm assuming he must have quit off that or something. So that's where he was applying for unemployment. And then because he had a record with working for the park board and it stopped at the end of the summer, that's probably why you guys got this.
Okay.
But there's really nothing you can do about it.
Oh, what is the unemployment claim for? Carly Smith. He took a claim for $1,000 some.
Yeah, it's just based on her income.
Yeah, the claim is for $1,169. And like Paul saying, it came from, something like since he lost her other job.
Is there generally a duration on this kind of thing, as far as how long the time frame is for it to pass? Because I know
I don't think I've ever actually dealt with a claim.
Okay.
So
that sounds good. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's something that you'll get an amount due with like when we file like our fourth quarter quarterlies, or if there's something you'll receive again from them, depending on what they decide with the claim.
Okay. Is that affecting on the, I guess, the tax bill and that stuff for this year?
What's that?
Because I probably won't go through until probably next year now.
I'm guessing probably not at this point, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Unless, like, well, even if you do it with your fourth quarter, you don't file those at the end of January, so it would be on whatever you pay out would be on technically next year anyway. So.
Sounds good. And just moving on, I guess, to the end of year bonus. Some employees.
Also, what we're going to have you sign off on.
Quick question. So, First District Health Group, what is that exactly for?
That is for the pool license.
Oh,
I actually have here, I was going to give you guys just a few to go down to the pool.
Oh, okay. And then the RDO equipment, was that the
That was the kids.
rental?
There was That was for the main part of it, and then they extended it, so there's another check that's coming through for like 800 or 900 more.
So right now we still have it, or is it returned now?
No, it's returned now.
Okay.
But they extended it. I thought you were trying to still get the mulch or something like that, so they extended it another week and see.
Yeah,
How about another thing we gotta buy?
yeah.
Well, and I talked to, I told Chris and I told Judy about this, but I talked to Mike from the golf course, and they have a skid steer out there. But they said if you guys need, that you can borrow, they have a trailer for you to bring in.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
So if you need one at some point, they're the people to talk to.
Okay.
Was this about the last 82 for the end of the year bonus?
No.
Okay.
I think we had talked about it in September, October, and said to wait till closer to the end of the year, yeah.
Okay. You kind of think on amount or something like that, or just,
Well, that's, so Paul said, it was, what,
The Legion gave me
Oh.
12,000 at the beginning part of the year to help cover the increase in wages.
yeah.
But you guys have spent over 16 to 17,000 more on wages this year as compared to the prior year.
Okay.
So that
Oh.
money,
it was 60,000 over what we spent?
16 to 17,000,
Over?
you've spent that much more than what you spent the prior year without that money. So that's why I said I don't think there's anything left of the money that the Legion gave you. The other thing I was going to mention is the Legion did give you the option to come back to them at the end of the year based on what you did with the money and see if they would give you some more. I don't know if you still are interested in that or not, but
And I'm not sure, I think Judy might have talked, Jen or Judy had said something, somebody might have talked to them again for next year,
okay.
to insure it for next year, but I don't think they had talked about.
Well, the difference in price of that is everybody that attributed to all the other, repairs are done and maintenance and stuff like that on the pool.
Or that was the,
That's just wages. That's
Wages,
strictly wages.
it's wages.
It's based on the raises that you gave out, the fact that you bumped everybody up to like 15.
Okay.
Probably the fact that I think there was a decent amount more, at least with the pool, more hours this year than last year, because I don't think the pool was open nearly as much last year as it was this year because we didn't have the staff. But yeah, that was the difference, and I think by the end of the year it'll probably be 17,000 or so difference over the prior year.
Wow.
So I can pass. I do have a couple small things real quick too that I'll just deposit from Queens County, and I did get these in the mail, and I don't know if you guys have talked about this, but you've been kind of back and forth on whether you were going to continue to go with OSI. But this is OSI to spring stuff for for next year, the rates for next year, and I think we got to get that to them. I don't remember if it was by the end of the year or the end of January to get the decreased rates.
And OSI do, I don't know, is there anybody else that can do that sort of stuff?
I think they talked about it several years in a row, and I don't know that they've been able to find anybody that would come here. As a matter of fact, OSI wasn't even going to come back and do it this year, and then they decided to make a consideration for you guys to come back, and they've been doing it.
Yeah, that was the issue for me. Even on a personal note, I used to try to get from my house, and it was way with a group, so I think we can go up there. When I did come up there, it was subpar. I mean, that's not a personal thing for me. I know we've had some issues with them on this side, but
And Mark would be more the one to talk to because he's the one that has dealt with the guy who's, I believe, the owner of the company about that stuff.
yeah, and this was, no, he knew him, so.
Yeah, and I believe he's called them several times when they haven't done a good job, and he's made sure it's gotten taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Start with now.
We did.
No, I don't have any.
I always like to always, for some reason, I know we had talked about Prop 15, and for some reason I was in my head past 30, so.
So for the total,
Each of those sheet has the total amount on it. That's for different services.
Oh.
Yep, so you gotta total the whole thing up.
Yeah.
okay. That would be closer to 100.
And did you have one from last year too, I guess, or?
almost
for OSI?
Do I have them?
Or is that some of
Yeah,
it,
this is what
is
Paul
it fine?
said.
Yeah, I could find what we've
Okay.
done.
Maybe different on the road, but there, you know,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna practically went up like everything else, but.
that's for the spring and everything.
And so is this just an estimate or this would be a contract?
It would be a contract. You pay those reduced amounts that you pay in advance, and it covers it for the whole year.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know, did Mark text anybody back?
Yeah, I don't see any. Yeah.
do you think it's worth it?
I don't know if you have another option. I think it's either going to be them or you're not going to have anybody to do it. I think Mark had looked into whether there was other options, but he couldn't even find anybody that would
Well, I
do
know
it.
I'm still gonna see that Chris has a pot full of Roundup because they don't do a very good job.
And that would, it looks like if I estimated quickly, it was about $2,000.
Probably right around there. I can get you a total amount of what it was for last year and what the increase is this year.
Is this something that Chris could do?
No, because you have to have a sprayer's license to do it. You know.
So, yeah, stuff up here.
Yeah, we've looked into that prior too, but you have to actually go and get like I think it's a 2-year degree or something like that to be able to do it.
Wow.
And so when does this need to be signed?
It says on there, I don't remember if it's the end of December or the end of January. I can't remember which one it's on there. It should say somewhere though. So the rate's good or the amount's good till a certain point.
Oh, yeah, it says on 131.
I don't know if it's not here, but I mean, we can make that kind of more of a bearing on that portion of it, not with the contract, but.
So I guess what we do is just hold it until next meeting and then hopefully in the meantime do some looking and see if we can get you somebody. If not, then that's it, still get this signed, they sign the contract.
Yep.
You want to designate anybody? Oh, did you get the?
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I also, I did copy I always keep a copy each month from the Haywood.
I was just gonna get you to sign off on those.
Okay.
And
I don't know where I put my paper today.
I don't know who wants to take responsibility for this, it's just gotta get posted at the pool, just so that everybody knows that you guys have a current license. So, I made a copy of it and kept it in our office, but the other one has to go down to the pool.
And I know it's here.
Quick question.
Are you within it? It's in there.
Is this a form, because I was talking to the bank over there about it, I know it's been a kind of long time needing to get done, and they said I need to have a special form that was drafted, not only just for city meetings. It's kind of supposed to be different on the agenda, but I mean, it's kind of, it should be more than a form and the meetings as well. I mean, that's something about.
They want the meeting minutes usually, I don't know anything about a form. Do you know anything about that?
What's that?
Getting his name added onto the bank account for a
Yeah.
signer?
You just have to go down and ask.
Yeah, dude, they told me you have a form and a meeting minutes as well. No, not that anything else on the meeting, but I just kind of thinking that way.
Yep, okay. You are on the minutes that we did agree to that, but why don't we just do it first?
Well, I mean, I'll print them off that big deal. I think there's a couple form that we had to fill out because
Do they provide it or what form are they?
I have no idea. He goes, well, no, you got to provide a form and the minutes. I was okay, well, I'll go back to everybody because I want to go get it done, be done with it. So I guess now you need to basically you have to have forms. I don't know if it was some.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
I'll print it off. I'm going inside because I was going to the directors. I asked about it, and I kind of toward the end of the day, maybe they were ready to rush. So I'll go redo it.
And maybe just call in ahead.
You know what though, I think that is true. We have to send minutes with you.
Okay. Maybe somebody some time too. So yeah, if you see the form, maybe I misunderstood it wrong, but no,
Usually if there's a form they require, it's one that they would have to give you.
Right.
It wouldn't be a form from anywhere else.
I'm gonna apologize to everybody. And it's my fault.
Where are we at on this?
we're on 5 on the second portion of the end of the year.
Okay, the end of year bonuses for the baseball people, are we really thinking?
Well, I'm thinking if we give it to the lifeguards, it could be fair across the board.
Yeah, did we give anything to Jeff? I don't think we've given anything yet, have
I
we?
think
No,
it was-
this
I think
was
as far
the-
as bonuses to anybody, I
Yeah,
know, of.
so,
Other than the salary amount per
Paul was saying,
job.
so we spent $16,000 over what we did the year before for wages, and the Legion only gave us $12,000, so we had an additional $4,000 of wages this year.
I think by the end of the year, you'll be $17,000 over the prior year as far as wages go.
Wow. Well, don't you think, you have a feeling of, because you're the one that has given out the bonuses. Can you help me say how much you think we should give?
Well,
You guys have never given out bonuses before.
Oh,
In the time that I've been doing it, there's never been, I'm trying to think if there was, you usually did the salary amount and then the hourly amount to the person in charge of the ball program. And I don't think we've ever done anything as far as bonus stuff goes to the lifeguards or anything like that.
so do we have to start?
Well, since they've had a pretty significant increase in wages this year compared to last year, do we hold off on the bonus until next year?
My opinion, I'm not a big fan for the bonus and stuff, and maybe I may disagree with you and stuff, yeah, but I mean, I said, we've already given out, like you're saying, we've given out quite a bit of money, checking out, and it's not even full-time employment, it's just a part-time, somebody that's summer help position.
I think the other side of that would be, I would think that if you do it, then you're setting a precedent, you have to go do it, keep
Do it
it
every
forward.
Yeah, I think we should not.
It's just a nice spirit or something back in kind of thing, but I mean, I'd say it'd be more for we did, it'd be more for employees that have been here for a long time, you know, for
Yeah.
example, we have a Chris or whatever, you know, regardless, you know, with that being said, but it's just, I'm not a big fan for it.
I mean, I think if you were gonna do something, I would say maybe Chris, Jen, and Josh, like the three heads would be the people that I don't think you just do it for every employee.
Or because that, what?
And you say we are
closes-
$17,000 ahead of.
And that's the other thing you have to keep in mind, you've got a lot of big projects that you're looking at for the next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, you really wanna, I mean, I know you've got good money coming in and everything, but you don't wanna just
No.
blow it out.
Oh, could we give them each $1,000? I'll tell you what,
No, that's $1,000, no.
500.
Wait, I mean, I won't go more than 100.
No, I was thinking 100.
Yeah, it's not much, I mean, we're
I
not,
mean, what would they make?
What would they make a week?
Like, what would a lifeguard make? If,
Oh, not the lifeguard, just the.
you thought
the
the
Ben and
three.
Chris
Okay.
But
The other-
still, I wouldn't go 1,000.
I think the other side of it that I would maybe consider would be, instead of doing it now, doing it as if you come back and do it again,
Like a
then
sign-on
possibly
bonus.
instead of even a bonus, just add it on to maybe, say like if you do the salary amount for them, increase it by a couple $100. Say, okay, if you're coming back for another year, instead of 2,000 as a salary, or if you wanna do it in the hourly pay, increase their hourly pay, it would kind of come to the same thing.
Okay,
And then that way it's kind of an incentive to come back rather than we're just gonna do this to see whether you come back or not.
yes,
Yeah.
I have sent the letter to the Legion to ask for money for wages again this year.
you think that way,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Yeah, because that's the hard part where I didn't think we'd be that far over.
Yeah, the pool especially, because if you look at the last page, the wages for the pool was almost 35.5 as compared to 22.5 the year before. So it's a $14,000 increase from the prior year and just in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I say we hold off on bonuses for this year.
Yeah, it's a good idea though, as far as putting the,
Oh,
in the center of coming back, like, but as far as,
Yeah, and I mean, come January.
we can revisit it, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I would say more so that spreadsheet that you have every year showing what they made, do we give them a quarter more, 50 cents more, or something like that, going forward, so you get an increase for coming back, but, I mean, it has to be like, our starting wage was 12, and that Legion bump was just the $3 Legion bump, I mean, so,
that's the sad part about it, I mean, everybody always expects.
well, and Jen actually talked to people, so over, when Garrison had their big weekend, the Governor's Cup, the fishing thing, they talked to them and said, do you have spare lifeguards that would maybe come work for us? And their wage was considerably lower than ours.
Oh, yeah.
Even our $12, I don't know if it was considerable under the 12, so maybe it was 10 or 11, but they're being well paid.
Oh,
Absolutely,
So-
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
So that being said, yeah, I guess, as far as speaking that, as far as bonuses wise, I make a motion not to approve
or do we even need any action on it?
Yeah, I don't think if you're gonna do
I don't
anything,
think if we're not doing anything, I don't think we
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
And Judy, I don't know if you saw that OSI thing you need to decide by the end of January. Did you look at that?
well, if it's there and we get a discount for doing it early, let's not let it go, so we
Right,
forget it. So,
This is,
I'm gonna say, we need to make a motion and have a second on it, don't we?
for,
Well, and Kelly had said, do we wait, because that's not due till you said the 31st.
you get the advance rate up until, I think it's January, the end of January, you have to make the advance payment.
So she had just said a little bit ago, to
Yeah,
wait
this
and
morning.
research and see if there's anybody else that would come that would be more reliable,
Yeah, okay.
or more, do a better job.
And then you decide at a January meeting and
Whether to sign it or force it, if you think.
So January, the second Wednesday of January 10th.
So we'll just put it on let's put it on the dock for next month, okay? So that's not, okay.
Well, I can type stuff up this month, I'll
Okay.
get that typed up still.
You want to put my name next to it, I'll research it.
Okay.
this is another thing, I don't know if you guys, this is something you wanna let Chris look at, you guys
Oh.
toys, excuse me, not toys, tools.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's it. But just in case there's stuff that he's wanting for next summer or something, you could look through there and see if there's any discounts or anything on stuff that he's wanting.
Would it be possible for you to scan that contract and send it to me, so then when I call around, I know what I'm talking about?
Prices and,
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Okay,
I would.
this one?
Yeah,
This one,
Yeah, I can definitely get it all scanned in and I'll get it sent to you.
okay, perfect, thank you.
So, we are not doing an end of the year bonus, right?
yeah, and, I mean, unless you think
No,
you can make a
no.
motion.
No.
If it's not something that we.
Well, the only thing, if we pay them a pittance and we have extra money, then it might be nice, but, we're setting ourselves up for a fall.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna tell you, we have 15 lunchbreaks in one meeting at school. And we even have a gal coming from, Wyoming, and she sent a letter, and so.
Oh, wow.
So what it means is we're gonna be able to be open on Sunday. And this is what I think for Sunday, I think it should be from 1 to 5, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
More flexibility,
Yeah.
it's nice.
But, everybody says, well, you need to be open on Sunday, well, we can be.
Mm-hmm.
And it means a lot to the Legion, and,
Has there been any activity on anything about finding more kids to replace the ball program?
That's where we'll probably, have to look, because Charlie has walked by and said, no, am I still gonna be able to coach this year? Because Charlie, Owen and Noah for sure, I'm pretty sure they told the boys at the end of the season they weren't coming back.
Mhm.
And I mean, for the girls, I'm assuming if Lexi will do it again and Kaya.
we didn't have, Ernie there.
No, Marley didn't do it this year, she got to do summer school, so that conflicted,
Okay.
so who was our third? Lexi, Kaya, Josh was helping. So it might have been those three, just Josh, Kaya, and Lexi. So, and I haven't talked to Lexi at all, if she's interested in doing it again.
I'm assuming Jen's planning on coming back.
I think so.
How about Josh?
I haven't talked to him, I guess I can mention it to him. And
It'd just be
tell
good
him.
to have your ducks in a row
Well-
before spring comes around, I guess. But
I have, I asked him if he would do chemical, because Jen's gonna do chemical, and,
Yes, Josh to do chemical as well?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't seem so interested, but Tracy Douglas said she would do it. I mean, it's snacks that are getting, it's like, what?
Yeah, and Tracy's got lots of experience with the pool.
We have 6 people for the guest, the pool, we have 15 lifeguards.
With that being said, she's gonna probably come back this year then, or after come in to look.
Well, I don't know if she ever planned on ever licensing, so I think the
Well,
plan was last
She's gonna be
year.
school manager, wasn't
She was gonna
Yeah,
be the
and
school
then
manager.
she needed to have surgery, so
Yeah.
that's when Jen stepped in, but I'm sure Tracy, if she's willing to, you know, be a,
Chemical, she might be willing to do the weekends too.
right?
Or isn't Emma planning on coming back too?
No, Emma is not.
Emma Hampton, is it? Oh. Okay.
Is she the old gal? Is she been here?
She's the one that went to the class last year.
Yeah, I think she is not. Let's see, she had put in a resume to Sanford, and Sanford called Jen about her, and so then Jen said to her, and she said, I don't think so.
Well, it's really important to get some people in that class this spring.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna, otherwise you're gonna have
It's
anybody.
just not, right?
Mark and Emma were the only two.
Yeah,
So I mean, if you could get Jen and probably
Yeah,
at least
Tracy
a
and,
couple, one or two more people.
okay.
Back to that, that's our kind of talking about baseball. Was this Trevor Noah, them coming back then, or they're seniors, right?
they graduated, yep,
Oh, they're good, okay.
yep,
Okay.
so, I don't know what they plan to do over the summer, but,
Oh, that's fine, I haven't started in school.
no, they were seniors, so Owen, I think, is up in Minot, and Noah is in Grand Forks. So, but I'm assuming Noah will be home because you can play Legion ball until you're 19 or something. So a
Yeah.
lot of the boys come back and play their first year out of college. So I don't know. I'm assuming Noah will be back because he'd have to go through.
Will Isaiah do it again?
Huh?
Isaiah, will he do it again?
Oh, I don't know. I guess we could ask.
Are you still gonna be doing that?
Nope. If I'm stepping away from the park, the only reason I was still helping was because I was on the park board.
So you need to replace yourself there, or we need to find a replacement for you, do you have any suggestions?
What do you mean replacement?
So you took care of all of the baseball programs.
Well, Brock and I were actually doing it we kind of sat down.
We'll get it out, we'll get it out.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah, so that would be if Cassie wanted to,
well,
oh no.
I have a little story, so I got Cassie.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Let's
I have going
Yeah,
for it.
let's go ahead and approve the, I'll get,
Yeah, there's so much going on, okay.
I make a motion to approve the finance report.
I'll second.
No, go ahead, you said.
Okay.
Okay.
And we got a vote.
Oh, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, getting that tangent. Next up is Parks and Rec.
Is there anything else that you guys need or
Let
want?
me just look.
Okay, yeah, just think if there's anything else you wanna ask for me.
No one skin that in though for, Kelly.
Oh, you might as well keep these up.
If you don't mind, please.
Do you know approximately what you paid for the garage door on the shop?
We sent a check for 600 down, and I believe the total was gonna be like 1,100 or something like that, but they had tax on it, and I told him that he needed to let them know that you guys were tax exempt, so that reduced it a little bit. But he said that they do have the door in, and they were trying to figure out the time that they can come and do it, and we won't pay them the rest until it's done and we can get the tax thing taken care of, so.
Yeah, well, Chris was kinda upset that they, weren't making time to do it on. So I just was curious how much we paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
600 that we paid on it.
Okay. Purchase of wood chips.
Thanks, sir.
You said wood chips are in, so we get some, should I call that down and have him?
Well, I guess,
I wasn't sure if you were still
um,
talking about that.
is, Chris gonna work on them? If we get them now, will he be able to?
He said he thought that they could just be serviced at the shop.
All of it?
Okay.
So when I called this week,
I was just gonna remind you, I told them, as of the golf course, saying that they have a skid steer and a trailer that you guys can pull in and out if you guys decide you need it.
Wow, I know, and we probably would, so that's good.
So yeah, just keep that in mind rather than, that skid steer is really expensive, so.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
We want, but of course, then, yeah, okay.
So anyway, just going forward.
Okay, yep, and I mean, it'd be nice if you could give them, like, pay them something for using this good for yourself instead of,
Thank you, Paul.
okay,
We were gonna store them at the shop, and then Mark said no, and then I don't know why not, but.
yeah, and the problem, Mark wants them dumped at Hidden Park, and the problem is, like,
Elizabeth said, clearance.
that, but I think storing them where it's not visible is a bad idea, because the kids around town, once they get wind that that's there, it's gonna be a mess. They're gonna be in it and spreading them around, like out on the playground at school, the wood chips that are spread out under the equipment, they move them, they push them, so we will just have a mess. I don't think it's a good idea.
Just keep it there.
I think we should store them out and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, did Chris want them just dumped? I guess, it's just not, and that's the thing, so when I called on November 20th, it was that Monday, he called me back to say, oh, I went and checked and we were out of the twice ground. So he said the grinder was broken, we'll get a part this week, call back in a week, probably 2. And so when I called back this week, he said they had them.
Okay.
So, and do you have someone lined up though now and to haul?
Yes, we have a guy in Underwood that was ready to deliver them the next day.
Yeah.
And I think he's charging $400 or $600 a load, but it's a 5-ton load.
Okay.
How much are we getting?
Well, Chris was asking for 5 dump trucks. So I don't know what tonnage or how that plays out.
His trailer is bigger than the dump truck.
Okay. And, I mean, so when I talked to Chris, I called Chris Trespuck as well. And he, at that moment also, he's like, oh, we might be able to move something in the next couple days and well, they weren't available, but he said he's gone there and taken his own skid steer down because they are so pokey, he said down there, where you're sitting in line waiting for the wood chips, and he goes, I packed them down into the corners, I packed it down, so he goes, that's maybe an option. I don't know, does this guy have a skid steer, did you want to take it with, and I mean, I don't know how many loads he needs then if it's bigger than a dump truck, he might only need 3.
Right.
And that's what I'm not sure, so if they're only grinding, I don't know how it works. The guy I talked to made it sound like they have them year round. But just, until they run out. And then,
Okay.
so I don't know if they actually grind them in the summer, though I'll have to call back and ask.
Okay.
Well, if they have them available now, should we just get the 3 loads and
Yep.
go from there, and then if we need more, we
Yep.
can fill in?
Yeah, but I also think that this fellow would give us we need some more black dirt at the garden. And I think he would do that for us. I mean, he just was willing to go to work. Yeah, I mean, when Chris talked to me, he said, Judy, this is a deal. So,
Okay. Yeah.
Good.
so, should we say that we're gonna move forward with services from Dan and Underwood?
So, and then, I'll call that other gun that are named off their list, Coons Brothers, Coons and Sons.
For Chris, what Chris says we should have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so do we vote on that?
you just need to,
I make a motion that we go ahead with the chips and black dirt. See whatever Chris said. I thought Chris was gonna be taking it.
How many tons was it again? 5 tons?
well, it was 5 dump truck loads, originally is what we talked about, even 6, I talked about 6 dump
Yeah,
truck loads.
I haven't yet, too.
Okay,
Okay, so I'll stop it, so I just
Okay, yeah.
Judy moved to get wood chips and black dirt for what Chris needs.
and who wants to second that?
I will.
Okay, all in favor?
I-
All opposed? Motion passes.
And I don't know, like maybe going forward too, like so you got this guy, maybe pass like in an email, pass his name and contact in case, so everybody kind of has his name. and that's, it doesn't have to be done now. That's just,
I do have it. When you said that, I thought, oh, God, where is it?
okay. And then,
Nothing.
okay. So is there anything else we need to talk about under the wood chips then?
I don't think so.
And then, was there anybody, I don't know, Judy, did you talk to the city about the culvert at Hidden Park at all?
No, I did not.
You haven't had, okay.
In fact, I just saw that today and I thought, huh, what about it?
Oh, I thought you were gonna call, so,
Was I?
I think maybe not last meeting, but the meeting before.
I don't remember what the problem is with the culvert. Oh, because it keeps flooding, right?
Or it's just that it's a muddy, it's warm rain, and there's no culvert there. So, I think calling the city was the first thing maybe Chris said, and then possibly David Pyre.
Okay, Dave Pyre had a heart attack and a stroke.
Oh, no.
Isn't he really young?
Let's see.
Who's that?
Dave Pyre.
Councilman.
He doesn't live here anymore, but he used to. His son lives up the street from me. And his wife called me the other day, so.
65. Okay, so I'll just put that Judy will,
We'll leave it at that and then.
okay, I'll just. Okay, and then you wanted plans for the porta potties at each park?
That was Kelly. Kelly thought, Mom take their kids to the park, that's what the first thing they have to do.
Yep, and we've, we kind of already discussed that, so I think,
I think we should contact who our porta potty contract is through and
Okay,
have them
but
add
I
on
think
to it.
we really should check with the city about putting a porta potty on the park, just to get their input, because they're not the prettiest thing in the world.
Oh, you mean like a permanent structure, or what do you?
No. The
Oh.
porta potties are not really attractive.
Yeah.
And I just think we should have that they agree with us to get them,
Oh,
because,
I see what you're
so then when people call in and say, why do we have that thing
Oh, okay.
out our window,
Oh, okay.
But I could see, and about it, you say first little kids,
Right.
they're not gonna be there 10 minutes, because,
Right.
so,
and I think we talked, like, Hidden Park's pretty well, it's not,
Yeah, the runner, would be, I think, just the big one. It would be out in the open.
I'm gonna drop down to Kathy. Kathy cannot be a board member because she works at Wendell's law office.
oh, okay.
So they do conflict of interest, even though we don't have any kind of,
No, but the city does.
okay.
Good drawing board.
Yep. Okay.
Kelly, were you gonna call about the porta potties, or?
Yeah.
How about, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll get in contact with whoever we go through and then have them added for when they come around.
Do they have, do they have a different porta potty that they put when they're leaving it for a season opposed to leaving it for 2 days?
Right. And then I'll check with the city to make sure that they're okay with that.
Yeah, okay, and I think we should have them put in May. Put in May, June, July, August.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once
Yeah.
things are cleared out,
Yep,
or the snow's cleared out,
okay. So, I make a motion that we acquire porta potties for each park.
Well, and I think Paul talking, like, we already called the guy, or do,
We already had my contract, so we just kind of let him know it to put next
Yeah.
cycle season.
or do you?
So we
just
need to
wanna-
add more.
Add more, and I guess, just kind of, go with the city, talk to the city a little bit, see what their thoughts are as far as,
Yeah, so do we want a motion just saying we approve doing
Adding
extra?
porta potty.
So do we move?
I move that we acquire extra porta potties for each park. One in each park, isn't that what we're gonna do? Yeah, I think that's great, yep.
So we just
And
like
so we
total.
need somebody to second that.
I'll second.
Let's see, so what are all the parks? So Leonard Preserve, Hidden Park, Nelson Park. Once that's, I mean, I don't know if that'll
Do
be up
we
to
add one to Nelson now, or do we wait?
I think we might as well get it ordered.
Okay.
those up, yeah, probably, unless there's any others if you think of.
Another one downtown has one, already has one.
Oh, the one at
Cool.
Pool Park.
Yeah, cool, so that'd be 4.
4. Okay.
So if I, do you move to acquire extra porta potties for
Each park.
each park?
And
And then do we vote?
Who seconded it?
I second that.
Oh, okay. Sure. All in favor?
Aye.
okay, the pool. We need to, I need a motion to call for bids on the bathroom updates.
And that kind of encompasses all the AQF, or is that just,
Or you doing that bathroom separately?
Well, we're gonna get, what needs to happen is the plumbing needs to be done at the bathroom. And I think I have to go there with the gentleman, and because we also need showers, so we need that shower in the one bathroom, and the showers repaired for the girls' bathroom. Though they're not used, we need to have showers there. And the kids should be showering before they go in the pool. So, I was gonna ask for water to the showers and water to the toilet, the toilets should be, plumbed. And we also need to have new doors put on. Now, in the girls' bathroom, I'm not so sure we couldn't just have them painted. The showers, the doors that are there on the,
bathroom stall?
so,
Oh yeah, 'cause like the stuff coming from the school, that's gonna be more for changing. Those stalls, is that what Mark had planned?
I don't know. But the school isn't gonna have any of that for a while. We've gotta do the bathrooms this year. We have to do some water.
And then somebody, what were they saying? Barnhart, or who could sandblast or something, to have it repainted, or,
Oh, down at the body shop does a great job. Yep,
yeah.
yep,
So if we needed something like that.
yep. Yes, yeah, yeah. I say, we'll have to look at them better, but I think that we would be able to do that, and I think it would be fine, because they're pretty roughed up when they're in there anyway. The difference now, though, is the roof. Oh my, that makes such a big difference. So,
okay.
I'll make a motion that we let some bids, and does anybody want a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. The cabinets in the counter, that's all been agreed on, and I have that taken care of.
Did you move to open up bids for the bathroom plumbing at the pool?
Yes,
Okay. And,
including
including,
the privacy agreement.
okay. And vote? Aye.
Mm.
Do we vote?
Oh, yes,
Yeah, okay.
Yes. I was reading the next thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna update you with the lifeguards I already did.
Okay, and the counter, you said that's still, they're gonna be coming?
Yep. And I just, we had been meeting at the school and we had such a good response. But I suppose we'll do another one, if we get all the applications in, we are going, those kids can take by saving at Christmas.
Okay, and talking to Jen too, I think she thinks, and I kind of agree, just because we have all 13 that apply doesn't mean we necessarily hire them. We should probably go through an interview process and screen like who we, since we have availability now. Yeah.
How many do we need for a, to run the operating pool, remember?
4, isn't it?
Well, I wanna, say back a while back, there was easily 11 lifeguards. I thought Mark said we need at least 11.
I mean, you need 4 at a time.
And that's the thing where I don't know if back then, if when we had 11, I don't think they all could have been 40 hours because Emma and Jake were asking 40 hours, but I want to say they were probably 32 hours a week to rotate and so they're not just sitting around. So either we have 2, 3 out on the deck, 1 in the office, that would be 4.
And then maybe
So and then you have the,
15 minutes or
and you'd have the person in the office because, I mean, we definitely don't want to have too many in there sitting around.
Right.
A 4 for a daily roster, essentially, or 4 on staff per day, then but 11 as far as
And before though too, we would be open from what is the hours used to be 11 to 9? Were we open till 9 or 8, 7?
It wasn't really, because I know they had the adults section.
Used to be 8. So I mean, then we'd have to have overlap of how many people are working. So I don't know who do we talk to about way back when? Was Parker Pochant one of the last ones to have?
I think Parker would be able to tell
he
us.
could tell us what he had.
Because I called Parker about swimming lessons.
Yeah, no, I didn't check with him because if you had 11 people, they might not necessarily get 40 hours a week. And I think we were able to let Emma and Jake do that, but I think Jen was saying the other kids maybe got 20 hours a week because of that. So that's where, so.
Oh, and you know what, we need to get all of their applications in, and then we have to interview.
We could set a deadline to get the applications in.
How soon would be? Because last year we put it out early and nobody applied.
Right now, we seem like we have quite a bit of interest.
But when I wrote my letter to the Legion, I explained to them that they gave us money last year, and you had hoped that it would allow us more lifeguards, and I just have to tell you, your plan works, because, we had a meeting and have 13 lifeguards available, right? Yeah, because I wanted them to know that we appreciate it, and the fact that they did that is going to change, that the pool is going to be open on Sundays, which is something they've asked for, and so we just couldn't do everything. So, and I just think those few hours, but that's like a huge complaint of people that the pool isn't open on Sundays. To see,
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe we'll, that's the thing. But maybe, do you guys want to put it out there, starting,
How often do you offer the classes for the safety instructor?
That's in the spring.
It's only in the spring?
Yeah, not the licensed person giving lessons is only in the spring. It's like the last weekend in May and the first weekend in June or something, or the last days of May and I talked to Mrs. Min about it, because that's the only time they open it.
And I think too, if kids are saying they're gonna go get lifeguard certified, and, you know, maybe they have to pay for it, and then we'll reimburse them once they actually are working, so that they don't go, we pay for it, and then they just decide, oh, I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
Like they back out
Yeah,
last week.
exactly. And then it's the problem of getting the money back, you know?
Yeah.
I just think, you know, and I really like paying for it, so they're done.
Yeah.
But, you know,
How much it cost?
about $20.
Yeah, cause that's what I don't, you know, you don't wanna put out the money, have them do it, and then all of a sudden in June or May.
And
say
what
it's-
happens now is when they're hired, then if they start working, then we pay them for their lessons. But if they don't, then they're on their own. And I just feel like if they're gonna take them in December, we should probably compensate them before. But you know what?
Or compensate half of it,
Huh?
compensate half of it, and we'll give you the other half once you're actually working.
Well, let's put that on the board for next.
Okay, yeah, that's fine too, that's on the board next time.
Cause you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, of
I
course.
want the kids not to be out that money, or
Oh,
their parents,
yes,
but,
yes, yes.
you know, we're gonna have more money, we're gonna have more trouble getting it back, it just doesn't set a
No,
good
yeah.
precedent.
Right.
So just the reimbursement for lifeguard lessons or
Yep.
lifeguard training. Okay. Yeah, 'cause I mean, if kids said they'll go get it over Christmas break, just let them, and just, they'll pay for it, right?
Yep. Yep. The community garden, I guess if the guy is gonna haul some chips, I would like to have him haul some back there to the community garden.
And you put that in the thing, right?
But
You put that in the motion already, I think.
but I don't think I put it in the
No,
motion.
you put it at the dirt.
Yeah,
The
you
whole
said
dirt.
for.
Oh, all right, very good,
now,
okay. Moving on. Okay, the update on the status agreement between City and Park Board from Vogel Law Firm. Now, I understood,
Did you have any updates for the pool or
Splash
splash pad?
pool preparation,
Well, like the
Really?
splash pad, did you have anything?
you know what, I don't,
Okay, then you
because
don't have
that
anything.
data wasn't available, and I looked at the plans we have, and it really encompasses the pool, and I don't think
Yeah.
he understood what I said.
Okay.
So, I just think we have a good deal going in, and I'll tell you, when we get it, we have to have a plan, so I can ask for, go out and get some grants. And I'm gonna ask for a lot, you know?
So
Because,
there's nothing to update then?
no, okay. The only thing I'm going to, the bathrooms, I'm going to do a twice blast, because we're gonna make them accessible for, for handicaps, so it'll cover the cost for that, so that'll be good. But, no, the splash pad,
What did you say you had on mine?
the
You were talking
community
about the
garden
dirt,
and
the
Nelson Park playground equipment. I have the playground equipment, and it's $39,000. And I think it's good. And I
You can get a grant for
don't
that,
have
right?
it.
You can get a grant for that though, right?
We do, we have
We have the grant already?
19,000
Okay.
in grants, so, yep.
A question on the playground, are you gonna show us what you have
Yeah.
before we approve it?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
two questions about the playground equipment. At one time, you guys had to remove the pieces of the dirt, the mulch. Did that ever happen? I couldn't remember.
We're talking about the new playground that
Yeah,
we're putting in.
playground period though, where you guys were died already with playground. Wasn't there?
We're working on it, so a couple weeks ago, they were completely out of wood chips. So now, this week, they said they had their equipment fixed and they've been grinding so that they have it available now, but at this point, we're thinking just launching up the shed, so we can work on it in the spring.
Right now,
Stockpiling.
Yeah, and I'll call again, because when I talked to them, they made it sound like there'd be wood chips year round, but we'll have to finding somebody to haul during the summers, and they find out there's stuff to do.
We can always offer services at some point if I ever have a truck. I don't know, I have a belly dump and a side dump, so if that's, I don't know what type of hauling you guys need, but.
And done.
Okay, and done?
Yeah.
You might be able to work within this meeting. I just used the playground and I haven't remembered that.
The gentleman that is delivering now for us has a 5-ton kit. That's a dump, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Update on status between the city, Park Board, and Vogel Law Firm. I thought we had already signed off on that, and I wrote him a letter.
Okay, so they went to the city commission meeting last month, so.
It didn't, obviously, probably, in front of the board and stuff, but they denied it again. They said there should be no standing, agreement that should be that easy, they said it's getting more reliability by some of the wordage and the verbiage in there, that they don't feel comfortable with voting and actually approving an agreement. So, that being said, it's gonna make that kind of a moot point now as far as.
Okay, so should I rewrite a letter to Vogel Law Firm?
I thought Brock and I did our due diligence. We got,
Okay, but will you agree that we do not have to write a letter? Or we
yeah, I'll
have-
make a motion.
Well, she said she didn't think we needed it,
Well,
because I wrote a letter.
Okay. So anyways, it was a 3-2 vote. We got outvoted, but I'll make a motion to make it official that we
Cut ties with Vogel.
cut our ties. with
And my
Vogel.
letter says,
Right,
so if we need services, we will certainly
right,
hire them.
but I'll make a motion that
Okay, I'll
that we
second it.
approve
Done.
going forward and canceling.
Okay.
That's right.
And I'll send the
So it's
letter.
official.
Okay.
So when you say cancel the attorney, that means if we ever need.
We are paying him a fee.
Is
Yeah.
he on retention?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
He is on retention.
And actually, we'll have to look into it because I was the contact person for that. So I'm not sure if you can sign off on that or if it's anyone on the board. I'm not exactly sure.
I think as long as there's, like, going forward, I think,
As long as it's a board decision, right?
well, and contacting, if somebody, I don't know how you do that, because it's nice for everybody to know what questions are being sent to the lawyer and response back from the lawyer. I don't feel it should just be one person, like.
Sure. Since we signed a kind of a joint letter, if Judy would like to write up a letter and we could all sign it and approve it, but that's why I made my motion
Well, then
that
we're gonna
way.
pay for him for another month because we don't
Well-
need per month.
No, we've approved it, so,
Have they been charging us monthly just to be on this?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
okay.
called a retention fee.
Oh, okay. Then yes, we should stop.
well, on my motion, I think we should.
Okay, I'll second
At this meeting, we're gonna be done with it.
I never heard from the attorney, so I'm guessing he did cancel it, but,
Two seconds.
You did.
Okay. You vote on it?
yep, in favor, aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay. We are,
Middle school.
yeah, the Middle Creek Schoolhouse is kind of, well, Chris did a lot of work on Meadow Creek, and did a lot of work on Meadow Creek. And who owns Meadow Creek? Is the park board?
The historical
Society.
You own it?
We own it, park board owns the land under it.
Okay. Okay, well, that's very good. That's good to know. I know that we have to get somebody on the property right away in the spring, so it doesn't blossom into a weed pest. And I don't think it's right that we expect, to do it. Myself, for years.
But I think Dwight no longer doing it. That was the issue last summer. That Dwight said he wasn't doing it.
No, Mark said he would take care of it, and it didn't get taken care of, so,
I was gonna try to get, our chemical company to do it, and it was a mistake. I didn't get on top of it right away.
and, you know, that's one of those things, if you don't get the leaves today, they're gone
Right,
tomorrow.
so I visited with Dwight here probably about 2 weeks ago on it. He says it looks really good now. And so I think if we have, OSI stay on top of it,
No, I don't want OSI to,
you want
that we
somebody else
can,
to do it?
they're gonna take care of it, because they don't, Mark.
So, when,
Paul had this
Paul had,
contact for
trying to get the
next year.
contact, it was about, like, $100 or so,
Yeah, 2,000 or.
something like that, yeah, $2,100 as far as getting them.
So are you looking at a different
We went,
sprayer, or?
they give us a time limit from, I guess, so in January, is that right?
The contract.
Contract in January.
The prepayment contract is due January 31st.
Oh, okay.
Well, when it turns out to be a mess, Mark wouldn't get it. And all you have to do is get the super duper,
Roundup.
Roundup, and that didn't do it, because we had such a mess of, I mean, it killed everything that was there, but it was a mess because there were so many weeds. You can't, that has to be done in April.
So as of right now, since we haven't enough money before we end that deadline, they usually give us for that, their estimate or the bid. Saying that she's gonna contact some maybe some other ones around here. I know it's kind of a hard thing to do. I think we've done this in the past.
Yeah,
So maybe try to give one more stab at it before you sign something. And,
sounds good.
And then we figured there's another meeting January 10th, so if we haven't been able to find anybody, we'll just sign the
let's
contract.
go back to it.
Okay.
Okay, the shop garage door is, Chris is waiting for them to come with the new door. And they still haven't done it.
There was some work done on it,
Yeah.
about a week ago. It looks like it's fixed.
The new door is up?
I don't know, I drove by, like, before the bottom panel was front, that's all fixed, and it looks like it's closed pretty much all the way.
Well,
They were down there, working on it,
who?
Midwest door.
Okay.
I drove by and their truck was there and they had the door open, and
Well, we'll see about that, okay? The ice skating rink, Kelly,
I don't have anything, I think with how warm this winter is,
I know it.
I don't think this year it pays to do an ice skating rink, and it's gonna be something that we're gonna have to start planning on.
well, I was
Summer
gonna
next
ask
year, I
Chris to
think.
build a fence,
Yeah.
if that we were, you know, to protect
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sand business.
right, yeah, but I think this is something that no longer will be this year, I think it's gonna have to
Okay,
be.
and the
until
city
24.
said it was okay.
Yeah, Underwood, Turtle Lake, they haven't seen the pieces, they want, some people, citizens or people trying to get, to have one put out there. If they just have 1 to 2 years, and the city's actually, we can't really do it right now because it's just, we don't have the good permissions for it.
Right.
And, they have to do like a separate, I guess a double freeze, you have to put one layer down, and I don't know how else that works, but it's more unsettling when you just don't put it down there. So,
Right, right.
Okay, so number 14, St. George came to me and asked me to meet him at the park on Main, and I went down and talked to him. They own one lot, the city owns 3. He said, do you think you could buy those other 3 lots? So I went and talked I didn't talk to the city, their meeting yet, but I kind of think that we're gonna be able to have our name on that park too, for some reason. Which is right from here, I mean,
Oh, where the
between
Veterans Park is?
historical and White Hill.
Okay,
They call it Legion Park.
okay.
Yeah, and if this, he said, if this makes sense, that you're our partner on it, because during the park business.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, and now I've got to pursue it, so that's what I'm telling you about it, that I have to go to the board meeting, the next city meeting.
Make a motion.
Yeah, I want to have a motion that you're behind that idea.
Okay, so Terry, you said Terry was just asking if we could look into purchasing those 3 lots?
Yeah, and we don't have to purchase them, they would just be rolled to us.
Okay. So essentially it's the city just gifting them to us, is what he's asking. So does Terry need to come with you to talk? If he,
Probably, yeah, I'm just asking for permission to do it.
so I'll move that Judy go to the next city commission meeting to address the city about gifting us 3 lots at the
I'm calling it the Main Avenue Park.
Legion Park.
Legion Park.
Yeah, that's more right.
I'll second that motion.
The Legion has plans for a band shelter and bathrooms, but they're also going to use portable bathrooms. Okay,
Okay.
so how long is your forestry gonna take, Mark? Because I read it and I don't see why we have to talk about it.
Well, I was hoping Chris was gonna be here because we have to ask Chris some of the questions. He wants to know, like, how many trees we
Who
planted,
wants to know?
the forestry.
You didn't write it, you didn't say any, but you just told us things to do.
Well, I forwarded the email to everyone.
And I mean, I glanced at it, but I mean, I don't understand what it's for.
They have to keep track of all the trees inside the city limits. Trees,
the forestry
hedges.
board or
Yeah, the forestry board.
NDSU or,
No, it's through the city.
okay.
It's one of the organizations under the city.
What's the plan with it?
So part of their obligation is to keep track of, like, on city property, not so much on private, but then on parks and stuff.
Yeah,
How many trees we removed, how many we planted, if we've done anything to hedges, things like that.
okay.
So
So
that's,
that should go to Chris.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't think we voted.
We
We
don't
made
know.
a second.
We don't know if it's a roll on it.
Okay, all in favor of Judy going to Chris?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
So is this on yours and moving forward? You think we need to see it with, Chris on that thing?
I only saw the paper, I didn't see anything.
Yeah, there should have been a spreadsheet along.
No, mine was just a list of things.
Yeah, I saw the question.
Well, just
I
question.
didn't print it out with me, but, I'll drop it off at Heddle's office for Chris to pick up then. If he has any questions, contact.
Okay. Update on the YouTube channel?
And Brock, you contacted
Yeah,
the city?
I talked to Chelsea, and they said it was just as easy, for them, instead of making us having 2 separate accounts, like I had sent them an email, it was just as easy for them to go ahead and, everybody utilize the same account with the city, and I guess it's just a lot easier for everybody if, people have questions, instead of trying to find 2 different accounts, to
I
confuse
think that
and
makes
be
sense.
done with it, and everybody's together on the same one, so we're gonna use them, so everybody said agree with it on the email, which we utilize just the email, or just utilize that, please, moving forward.
Do we know what, I went and tried to look up YouTube, like the Washburn YouTube, and what was on there was city commission meetings from 2015, 16, 17, they were pretty.
I'll clarify with her as far as with her name, her
Yeah,
name
so
tag.
I mean, then we could share whatever they have on there, we could share the link on, like the Washburn Facebook, what's happening, and our summer rec page, like our page too.
Okay. So, should we make a motion that we agree to move our channel in with the city so that we're on the same?
Or do we, I
don't
mean,
know.
we made a motion just to put it on a YouTube channel, and I mean, I think if,
Because I don't think it needs one, because I mean, we kind of, it's kind of word of mouth, and word of mouth, we all agreed on that, we,
Okay, so,
you know.
so should we, is there anything to vote on here, anything?
No.
Okay,
I like to get a update so it goes in the minutes, that what was taken care of.
okay. Okay, well, this next one is showing you. Hi.
I have a question.
About that item you guys were talking about. What is the YouTube channel? What is that? What are you talking about?
The city, obviously, I don't know if you paid attention on the Facebook, they have the, when they have the Mississippi Commission meeting, it's posted on Facebook, or?
Live.
Live,
Yeah.
yeah, live. So they have their own account, so instead of, I guess, having a store everything on, they put on the face, YouTube live, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and record it that way so people can view it live or view it,
Later.
or whatever,
Mhm.
stuff. And we've been kind of, I guess, talking about making sure that our meetings are being recorded and
Yeah.
shit. So instead of having us create our own, we're going to conform with them. Now, as far as like the Lynette said, maybe finding their challenge and kind of difficult, but, some of the ones that you find can be kind of outdated pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll really tell you maybe as far as, finding the music and some easier access to everybody, kind of thing,
You
so.
can put that channel too by playlist, just so you know, so you can put like City of Washburn playlist, and then you can do your playlist of like Hartford or whatever. I just found that out.
Okay.
That's interesting. I would like that for my committee too.
Yeah.
So we're all on the same.
They have the camera system.
Record it, you can,
You do an office or something?
you did?
I thought you was trying to ask Chelsea on it on Tuesday. So is it exclusive just for them? No. No? Anything in this room is taped. Okay. So she was taking it, our meeting, so she would just go in and cut out, that video, copy our meeting, and then she can place it to Washington Rec YouTube channel if we made one. Is it automatic, or do we have to ask every time?
Yes, yeah.
She would do it every month if we ask, you know, if we can do this. Okay, well, good, something good for my community too. I mean, it's not yours, but that was something you did. Okay.
Okay, this next one item is showing me that, you know, for all the right reasons, when it has to pass on Park Board, and I'm gonna miss her.
I know. Don't cry, because then I want to cry.
Okay, you know,
I know.
it's the right thing, it's the right thing, and bless your heart for all you've done, because, and I just want to thank you for what you've given, and you go on, you know. Okay,
You've done some fantastic things
Yeah.
for the park. Department.
so, that being said, who is willing to make the motion that we accept the resignation? I'm not going to do it.
I would. I'd like to acknowledge Lynette and accept her resignation.
Resignation, I'm choosing, of course, I'll second it. And I think Jackie Reed home. Oh, yeah, I guess we did it all. All in favor of the motion? Aye. Yes, aye. Yes, aye. Oh. Okay, I have Jackie Reed home coming on, but Jackie has to work for Lindell's law office, and she is a conflict, so she cannot still be on the board. So, that's in this afternoon. Are we ready to adjourn?
I was told that Rochelle was gonna try to be on the agenda with
She's
that.
not.
Just 2 weeks ago, I requested to be on the agenda, so how do we move forward for that?
Well, who did you,
Who did you request?
Kelly had asked you to put it on.
Who?
Kelly.
Kelly who? Oh.
From March that we need to discuss it at the board, and I think that must have just gotten overlooked.
Okay,
Isn't there an opening to present after the meeting?
No, that's
It's at the beginning,
yeah, we had,
the addition at the beginning.
not everybody was here, so we
Yeah.
weren't gonna sit and wait.
Yeah.
Yes, we were gonna add it at the beginning, but there was only,
Basic stuff that you guys should know that I just need understanding and clarification on. This is just.
How long is it gonna take you?
It didn't take very long.
What's very long? Because I mean, I've gotta go.
I need to understand the communication line within this group. That's what I was looking for, because as I've been, and involved in myself, in my committee, I just wanted to know what the rules are in your committee as far as communication. So like if you're told something, is it one person that dictates for the group, or is it go
No.
back to the group for the discussion?
And it requires a meeting of everyone to agree.
Okay, so I just need to make sure that we all know that, and that also we all know and understand that the city has put a new policy in place. So when a commissioner approaches you, they have to be part of your portfolio. You guys have all this movement going on, and normally and I sat with the two commissioners in this new policy making, and that's what they said. The two commissioners for that portfolio, I have the commissioners in here that address certain situations.
But they've done that some time ago, Rochelle.
So, that leads, Rochelle, that leads me back to, how do we better the communication between our committees? Because you guys had a committee member reach out to the vice president twice, reach out to me twice. As the president, I did say what was gonna happen, and then that even bypassed me, and it's my pleasure. And at some point, it's like, this is out of control, because if that,
I don't want to, is it referring to one thing, or is it,
so it's about removing
Are you
it's about
taking it
removing the
different?
light,
I'm good on that.
it's about removing the light,
Is that illegal?
and
We'll put it on her.
because I had to go to the meeting with the commissioners to understand the new policy and who I'm supposed to address and my concerns, that's what was told to one of your members, was that, thank you, but no thank you, something's not gonna bother us, by the way, this is the wrong city commissioner that's telling you for us to remove. So.
What are you talking about?
So I am going to go through this, and I want to write it down because I want to come off as respectful and professional to you. So as the head of the committee, it's essential for me to express my concern regarding her decision to speak with my treasurer after already conversing with my vice president and me twice. Her is you. Moving forward, I believe it is crucial for us to establish better communication between our committees. I am confident that we can achieve great things for Washburn if we work together.
so this is, I guess, in part, for the lights, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing I want to point out, we never approved lights along the road. We approved lights in the trees.
Which is what you said.
So that's where stuff along the road, if it's past the if your plans changed, that would have been nice if you would have come to a meeting and said, by the way, we can't do the lights, this is our next idea.
Is that the park or is that the city line?
Well, we made a motion in September to put, they said they were gonna do solar lights in the trees.
Right, I was there.
Yep, so,
That's not really what I was suggesting. The problem.
well, no, but that's what I'm addressing, all this started because changes were made and we weren't made aware of it, we had no idea that lights were going on the road.
At the end, the person that told you, right, was not part of his portfolio. The only reason and concern that was made was that it was gonna damage my pole.
And it was made to me because that part is ours.
But what happened was, if the due diligence would have been done, she would have found out, just as we all did, that was the city, right? So like I tried to push, thank you, but no thank you, I wasn't worried about my polls, you kept calling, and I told you I need the appropriate commissioner to contact us, because it was in regards to the city. the city was bothering you, you had somebody outside their portfolio, a commissioner, telling you what to do. You reached out to my vice president twice, you reached out to me twice, you did not like what you received, so then you reached out to my treasurer. What I'm saying is, I don't think we need to go that far. We need better communication and not a dictatorship.
Don't say that, please.
Well, when you
I
were
called
in the
you.
committee, I had to
Stop.
go in the committee.
I'm speaking.
I can finish what I was saying. Your whole committee got brought in because I brought them in. We were not aware, nobody at this table was aware that she was coming and communicating so much. I would just like that type of stuff to stop.
Oh, okay.
Just moving forward so that the whole committee is addressing their concerns and maybe helping in doing the due diligence, so there wasn't 6 phone calls made, because at the end of the day, it didn't even sit in the court. You know?
Well, what if the lights have anything to do with the park board? On that ban?
It's all right.
Is the park board ban?
No, along the road is.
Well, because this is where, I don't know if anybody measured it, I don't know. We got measurements from Keith.
Who's the portfolio that would have to deal with your light?
She's in my,
Okay.
and it was him who reached out to her, so then I just would like.
He reached out and told me that I had to do that.
What is
All I
that
did was
to do with
try
the
and,
park board?
ask you
Well, okay, so this
stop.
is gonna be a learning experience for
Yes.
all of us.
Yes,
So we can
exactly.
stop bickering back and forth, and you said this and this, we need to stop. So now, going forward, and I mean, in my mind, I don't know who owns what portfolio. So I don't.
I did
how
say
it's
that,
stopping you.
yeah, but
She's talking.
where's my hand?
Wait. Go ahead.
Oh, that, I lost my thought.
Can't interrupt.
So, I mean,
I think you're talking about portfolios or something.
oh, yeah, I mean,
It's on my list.
yeah,
I brought it.
yeah,
I
so,
want to work better. I want to work better. I don't want to have that between you. You guys have amazing projects coming up that I know the economic development could partner with and help you grow. I don't know why we can't work together, and I'm trying to break this wall that is up between all of these different committees around town, because we can. You guys want that water park? I wanted that like a year ago. Like, there's so many grants that get pushed in front of us too that I don't know why we can't work together. That ice room, I think that's amazing. You know what that would bring to Washburn? I think that'd be amazing. I want to work together, and I'm here, and I apologize not to embarrass you or, I respect you. I just don't want that anymore. I don't want somebody coming to you and you saying how it is. I want us to all kind of work together, if we can. Because look at the end of the day, it was the city that had to talk to us. That's all I'm asking, for communication. I truly want to work with you guys. You have some amazing things going on. I just want to make sure we all need to what we're supposed to do. For community.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
So moved.